setting anywhere that I can pick to change it. Yep, those are the numbers that I thought they were. Sorry about that, Kristen. Hope it gets better. It's, as far as the responsibility of who needs to change their minds, anybody can do it. Christy, some people were probably...
I'm just kidding, I got one. Oh, you got it.
Well, yeah, so some people, it looks like they got locked out because the rest they reserved for their employees. So we all went to the only available parking spots that were available, and security came up and asked everybody to go next door to Bally's. Well, we went next door, got through all the levels, got all the way up to the top, and there were only a few spots left. So after, and that was at 10 to 9 when I was doing that. Finally got a spot there. I made my way in here just right a little after 9 o'clock, so I was okay, but after 10 o'clock, they closed the doors, and I know more people were still trying to come in. I'm sure the Bally's parking got filled up, so they were sending people to other hotels further away, and after driving through the Paris and Bally's and whatever other places they were sent to try and find parking. Yeah, there's a lot of DNC fails going on. It was at county and here too.
Yeah. That lady got upset.
Did a whole speech, and part of it was how the caucus system is old, it's outdated, it's antiquated, and we need to move to either a preliminary or completely revamp back. There's going to be a recount. Basically, they're going to say who, how many, I forget what it's called, how many people it's really just whoever going over and talking to people. We've got people over there trying right now, milling through the I don't have a lot of faith that they're going to change their votes at this point unless somebody from the Hillary side realizes that even if Hillary gets elected, she won't win the presidency. No, not a paper vote. It's, well...
Like myself, is going to be going to a different conference as well.
Yeah, he also has the history of clearly being fair and standing his ground.
Because, we all went in here and we got these by getting in our tickets. We went in here.
my place.
There must be somebody who verifies it. They must match years. Physics guy, anybody can cheat anywhere, no matter what system you got. Right. Maybe. No, I just like
Mostly it's talk about the counts. It's almost guaranteed that they're going to call for a recount.
Yeah, because I mean, we got people down to 30 votes. You mean as far as the actual delegates or something, capture people?
Yeah, because at the county level, we got so the maximum who's draft? Right.
At least a half hour now. Now here's the other thing that could happen. This is something that the Hillary people tried to do at county level. They can keep calling for a recount as many times as they want and basically just wait everybody out. If people get tired and they decide to leave, or they get confused and think that this is all finished and done with, they might go home. And at that point, they will do a head count, and whatever the new numbers are, that's what sticks. That's what gets reported. So we're not that far apart as far as the head count. She has a very, very tentative lead. If there's any chance that some of the Hillary supporters will go home thinking that they've won, we just stay here, get that recount, and take the win. Awesome. I know everybody appreciates the pizza. Oh, I'm at my 31%.
Selections for committee man and committee woman. You may vote for 1 in each category. You can vote for 8 on the bottom for at-large members on the executive board. 1 each for committee man and committee woman. The other thing that you must do at the bottom of your ballot, this is a DNC rule, you must print and sign your name because we must hold non-secret signed ballots. Okay? If you do not print and sign your name, your ballot will be voided. Okay? We have volunteers who have volunteered to be on our tellers committee today. Let's give them a round of applause. We have ballot boxes, and I'm going to show you that each one of them is empty, so bear with me.
I'm never going to forget that Princess tantrum you threw when Mindy wouldn't shut up at Clark County Convention. It was so impressive.
They never make anything on easy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Google.
Yeah, I hit the search.
Oh, you did?
Type
you're not.
NY.
Oh, yeah.
X.
Yeah, he had no idea how to control the crowd. And when they started getting, loud and stuff, he just kind of...
That's it. I'm safe.
In each corner of the room is a table that will each have ballot boxes on there that you will slide your ballot. slip right there on the bottom.
I know, I feel like I'm so
To the back of your delegate convention, you must have this. Will be marked that you have voted for the committee man.
Does it say how many people?
People are chatting in the room.
They're telling me right now that I have a
If you are a candidate on this ballot, you must now cease campaigning.
Say hi.
Okay? If you are on this ballot, you can no longer campaign in this room.
I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, somebody asked me to.
We are going to be distributing the ballots by rows, and then you can vote by row, and then go back to your seat.
Okay, what do we have to do now that I've been busy talking?
What's that?
What did you just
They're going to start passing out the ballots so that we can go for our delegates. But we have to make sure it's a handwritten ballot with your name on it and everything.
Yeah, I really trust that one.
So in just a minute, we're going to take the ballot boxes to the tables. And in the meantime, while they're doing that, I'm going to invite Senator Aaron Ford back.
Everybody say hi to Sue.
So we can address you just for a couple minutes.
She's trying to help me get power so I can charge up and still broadcast.
I kind of feel like I was good with drinking this.
I'm going to go back and try and...
Anyway, I want to acknowledge
If you guys find anything, just let me know. Actually, if you just have any kind of USB to the it can't be that because it's lightning. So it's got to get a micro USB or just USB. And I've already got a plug over there. I can take it longer.
Council for state governments in Kentucky this weekend.
I don't know.
I want to acknowledge those recipients as well and give them a proper being very important members of our caucus. So thank you very much for the time, Mr. Chair, and happy voting, everybody.
Yeah, that's the right kind of connection, but that's better.
We're going to help him take back the Senate in Nevada, aren't we? Absolutely.
That's all I've got.
I mean, even just a conventional extension.
do
I don't
nothing
know
about
whose that is.
Well, no, like if somebody finds one,
The Senate, the state senator in my
if somebody wants to go out and buy one, I'll give them money.
I don't know if you can get out.
Right.
So there is somebody who has lost their phone. If you have found an extra
I'm
phone,
gonna go plug in and
you
just
bring it up
broadcast
front,
on
please. If
I'll
you have
watch it.
found
I'll watch
somebody's
it.
phone, please be kind and bring it up front.
Sorry, I need to read the guy.
And you may not be able to see much.
The other chick's fine.
How's the phone doing? The phone's at 94%. Right.
We have to be in our seats for that too.
This is as high as I can go.
For those of you who are able to and we will give you a ballot and bring the box to you if you're up here in the ADA section.
That's sweet.
All right.
I got a link. Noodle. Dan Roll, yeah.
Oh my God, Dan Roll for that. Dan Roll's crazy. Okay, so what we're doing right now, sorry, I'm trying to read what you guys are saying. He was just yelling, vote for Dan Roll. That was Dan Roll asking everyone to vote for Dan Roll. We are waiting for them to start passing out a paper ballot.
This is your ballot, and that's the number at the top.
Try listening to this.
At the top of the ballot are the National Committee man race and the National Committee woman race. You would vote for one in each category. One committee man, one committee woman. At the bottom, you will see several names of the people who are running to represent Clark County on the Nevada State Democratic Party Executive Board. You may vote for 8 people. If you vote for 7 or 6 or 5, that's okay. If you vote for 9 or 10 or 11, your vote in that category will be voided. Okay? You can vote for up to 8. You must also print and sign your name at the bottom of the ballot. DNC rules.
I can't charge right now.
Signed ballot.
So the most you'll be able to see is the back of the chair.
Do they have like little asterisks?
Sparkling water, not vodka. I'm trying to stay alive, guys.
Maybe I should have been keeping some of those handouts. Seriously.
No, the convention absolutely has not been fair.
Bernie, there you
The
go.
simple fact is our votes are not being counted based on the way they're actually being voted on. They're only counting based on what the chairperson has decided that she wants them to be.
We haven't split any seats. It's our next
Tellers will go last.
Who will?
Tellers, the people that are actually in charge of counting everything.
Is the tellers table in the back corner of the room way over there? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm plugged in right now.
Back corner of the room, are you ready?
I'm up to 27%.
They're ready!
Ow.
Okay, so we're going to start handing out ballots. And excuse me by rows to vote.
This is the vote for the Clark County delegates. We are allowed to choose 8 delegates.
Can I nibble on it like a rabbit? You eat your rabbit food. Did you put cheese on it? You eat cheese?
The convention has basically been unfair because the chairperson voted in rules using said rules in order to allow her to choose whatever she wants. Essentially, she decides if the yeas or nays win on a voice vote based on her own opinion of who is louder. So whether it's actually louder or not, she basically just chooses whoever she wants. And that's what happened in the beginning when we were trying to decide on the rules.
And do you think the best $12 suppers?
People for Bernie is definitely following this. So they know what they're hearing, and there are Bernie staffers that are in here that I'm sure are letting
Remember
everyone
when you vote,
know that they
make sure
can.
you have your delegate, prevent your conventional showing so that we can mark that you
Barbara's
have
not up for
the-
re-election anyway, so
have been in the
her
process
career was
of
over. She didn't give a fuck.
Markety Mark. Marky.
You're welcome. Oh, and yes, I swear, in case any of you are offended, no offense, but you're going to have to deal with it because I will swear this is a very, this is a very heated, emotional thing, and I will
We're all tired already?
get emotional and I will get angry if things don't go well.
No, it's just not being political.
This is not how the rest of the voting works. This is only for choosing the delegates.
This person. Here's my friend. You're the chairman.
I did ask about the vote for no confidence. I am trying to. I talked to Sue, and I don't remember the gentleman's name, but they're trying to get a hold of the person that is their supervisor.
Not really.
There was already a vote to split the room, which is essentially the same thing as the what's called the standing decision, which is what I called for in the beginning when I was an alternate. I wasn't allowed to make a motion of my own, but apparently several people tried to do it anyway, and Roberta, the chairwoman, chose to ignore that. No need to send food, guys. I have plenty in my backpack still.
Well, that's what happened. They were sitting over there. This isn't them seeing us.
A reminder, if you are on this ballot, you may not be campaigning in the room. You are on this ballot, campaigning is done.
Yeah, but anyone else can campaign for you.
What's next is we wait for the ballots to get passed out, and we pick our delegates. This is actually what's happening in all the different rooms here. So there's a different room for every county in the state, and everybody's voting for their delegates that are going to represent their county in Philadelphia. No, Hillary is not here. That would be illegal.
Tellers, I need your attention. When the voters come and hand you their ballot, you you mark the executive board box on the back of their credential. It shows they have participated in the process. Just the executive board box, which we will know means both the e-board and the committee man and committee woman.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of rooms. What they've done is they've taken all of their ballrooms and broken them up with a bunch of, I don't know what you call them, the retractable wall things.
They really have nothing. I have no idea.
Honestly, I'm not sure how many counties there are, but pretty much all of southern Nevada is, I think, 3 counties.
We should really
I want to thank you for all being in your seats and being very patient. We are going to start, and we're going to start excusing you by row, and people will give you a ballot by row.
Okay.
You're in the first row or the last row. You may go to one of the 4 tables in the room. The first row or the last row in the room. You may go to one of the 4 tables.
Okay, shit, I have to leave my stuff on the floor here.
Place to be in the back.
You can stay right there. We're going to bring the ballots to them.
I'm going to go get my ballot.
I gotta get mine.
First row and
Ballot. And I guess I just hope nobody steals my stuff.
Anybody with a pretty girl gets to go on there. You don't sell myself on to.
Alright, that's a deal.
You had fun today? Kind of crazy. Right. Oh yeah, you got another one there. Oh, you got pretty girls. Okay, let's see how long this is going to take. Because I was just reading this talking. Why couldn't this be like
Yeah, he just said
No. The separation isn't to weaken us. The separation is because each county is, the delegates from each county have to select their representatives to go to national. As a member of Clark County, I cannot vote for a Washoe County delegate, for example. So the Washoe County folks all have their own room, and they make their, they do their voting process, choose who they want to be their delegates, and those delegates go to national. In here for Clark County, we're going to do the same thing, and we will get our 8 delegates to go to national. So the same number of delegates will still be going. They just need to break it up, because if you don't live in that county, you can't vote for the delegate to represent. Watch my stuff. You guys keep it with my stuff.
And I joined the Army, so I spent 6 years in Texas. 8 years actually in Texas. And what high school was it? Really? So you probably, when you graduated? First 4-year class. So was Coach
okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see your name. It went by so quickly, but we're just waiting right now in line to get our paper ballots so that we can vote for the delegates for Clark County.
Foothills, wow. That was the first class, all 3? We were the first 4-year. Okay, because I know Cheyenne.
Hey, you guys aren't watching my stuff.
Their first graduating class was 2000. Because they were called the Desert Shores because of Desert Shores. I think they opened up a year or 2 after us. Our first year there was 99.
Oh my God, what do you want to talk about?
So you went 9th grade. Yeah, I was literally all 4 years. So did you guys get a ballot yet? No. Because some of these people have ballots.
got a ballot. Your purse. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're walking down the line handing them out.
And we have to stand in line and do it. Okay. And if you guys take my place, I'll go get us some pills. I'll be right back.
Okay, here we are climbing for our ballots. Excuse me. That's it. Thank you. I've got a pen. Okay, somehow I have to do this while I'm still in line. Okay, you're all gonna have to just bear with me. I gotta set you down or something to fill this out.
You texted me one day.
Where's that paper? Do you have that handout that they had during the registration? When folk were giving out, it like goes over the list of who covers what.
Actually, it might be in my backpack.
I think I've got it in my backpack. Hold on, guys. It's gonna get dark. Really need to make sure I'm voting for the right people here. Ow.
If you are on the tellers committee and you are marking badges, only marking the executive board part of the badge, the credential, when they vote. Only the executive board box.
Alright, here it is if you guys want to see the recommendations. Correct.
No, I don't. I got the other thing. I got those two. I know I like them. This is the way it sounded like very Bernie. But you sound like Italian, you know? And the other guy was Trump, not Trump. I like him. I like those two. The guy oh my God. I got a signature. I know.
Well, okay, Forrest is on it.
Yeah, Forrest is there.
Rob, Angie.
Are there people?
I saw him.
Nelson's the same class?
I was very, very sick that day. So I didn't want to get anywhere near him. But I went and ruined his cafe. But I went and saw him.
Wow, that's it, just Forrest.
You saw him on the street, that little tiny school. Like right before the delegates. Yeah, that's where I saw him.
Tamil.
We met him the next morning. So I went.
Hi, Haley. I wanted to like go up and take a selfie to the thing, but I was just like, I don't really need to sit.
Here's what we're trying to vote on.
I'll give you, bro, just vibes.
Go away.
He went the other way, and then Jane came around. That was like right up front. Like,
I didn't even
2 rows back. It was so cool.
I was sitting behind him, so I was in the video.
Nice. I feel like a lot of people want to move on.
It was funny because that was because my girlfriend and I, that was the beginning of our Valentine's. She's like, Michael, all I want to do is face your friends.
Oh my god.
I think we can do that.
There's so little useful information here. It just sucks.
That's why I said, like, and then they're like, oh, hey, yeah, who are these guys? Like, thanks, I spent
Well, these are the delegates. I don't. Oh, you know what? I got something else. Hold on. Hold on, guys. There we go. Here's the delegates list.
Okay.
Alright, are those names on there? Joe. Oh my god, seriously?
I mean, I don't know his class.
How are none of them on here?
Let me double check my phone. I think I had saved a couple of ones.
No reason I shouldn't have this
Okay, the second to last row in the back, you can get up and vote. The second row from the front, you can get up and vote if you haven't already.
What if we're really confused?
I just gotta remember Sam and Nancy.
Sir, this is the cool area. Yeah, this is the sit-in area. Where's the reefer?
What, you don't have any?
I know I like Sam.
I've been involved in that for marijuana. Sir, can I get your card? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Clark County Registered Voter.
Gave me one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I remember Trump. He made the joke about Trump, but he was so-so. But
I will turn, like, no joke, I will turn out to vote for that. You're not going to vote? I'm like, I might not vote. I was going to say, but I'll vote for that.
I want to say, I'm pretty sure Trump was pro Bernie.
A lot of times I do. You don't have to vote. I think I have
Five.
You can always do a write-in of fuck you.
In Nevada, there's no right inside.
I will remind everyone that there is no campaigning
But there is a
during
lot of the
voting.
candidates out there.
If you are in the third row from the front or the third row from the back, you can make it up to vote.
That's where I'm required. Every year, we get invited to go sing with the Supreme Court for the Nevada Supreme Court during Christmas. And when we're starting to go in, we got asking questions, we like an hour with the justices and every time, kind of thinking, it's like, hey,
I hope I got these right.
The entire third row from the back or the third row from the front. The entire front row. The entire back row. Yes. Thank you. The entire row. If you are in the first 3 rows of the front or the first 3 rows in the back, you should have already voted. And if you're at the ADA section, we will be getting ballots to you.
Do I fold it up?
Hold that one out, and we will call her up. Hi there.
Hi, do I just fold it up and...
I'll fold it for you.
Okay, appreciate it.
And then
There it goes.
credential.
Oh, this is gonna be tough. Hang in there, guys. I need to actually write my name. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, votes in.
Again, if you're in the ADA section, we are getting to you these applications.
Oh my god, I just dropped everything. Loretta Harper, Nevada.
If you're in the 4th row in the front or the back, we may get up to vote.
I'm sure this copied onto you. Okay. Well, that was easy.
She was really
All 3 L's, I really hope I did. I tried to remember as well as I could from everybody that went up and campaigned for themselves. No, nothing is unclusterfucked at all.
These are like you and me. It's like other people. You have to be lucky.
Correct. Right now it's not technically about Bernie. Right now it's about getting your delegates to Philadelphia, the national convention. I can't tell. See, before everybody had signs and they held them up and they were all very adamant about who they were supporting, so it was really easy to tell how many people were here for everybody to support. I'm trying to put things away in my bag here. So yeah, everybody was pretty clear about who they were supporting. Oh, you got it. Crush my boy. Fingers crossed. And it's charging. The cord survived. That's good. Yeah, 17%. Barely survived that. Alright, so yeah, early on,
Dude, I can't find
it was really, really clear who everybody was voting for. Everybody had their signs, they were holding them up, everybody was cheering and chanting. Now, I think everyone is just so ridiculously frustrated. They're not bothering anymore, they're just trying to wait to hear what comes next, and they'll scream and rant and rave if they don't like it. Or cheer if they do. You're welcome. The voice vote, which
6 from the back and 6 from the front. And if you're lying in the back, 5, I'm on 5. Okay,
they literally will not let us take the mic. No. When I was talking to that other guy before, that's what was happening earlier. We had 100 people all surrounding the stage up front. Yeah, Dan Roll would take the mic if he could get through security at this point. Maybe I should go hunt him down and see if he'll do that vote. I don't know if that would get him kicked out at the running now. You want me to interview? What do you want me to ask? That's true. From what I understand, any delegate can propose a vote, which is why I wasn't up there before, because I wasn't a delegate at the time. I was only an alternate. But we are all delegates here now. So we can do that, but only if we can physically get up there and take the mic. And the chairwoman has taken all the mics away except for the one on the podium, and she has security preventing people from going up there at all. Dan Roll. Oh my god, I can't remember. I believe he is Congressional District 4. Running, I don't remember, Assemblyman or something like that. He's kind of a wild card. None of these people are on this list. That's a great idea, except I'm covered in Bernie swag right now. The other problem that I'm running into is I don't have enough charge on my tablet to keep this going. If I get up again, I have to let it sit and charge for a little while unless they can get me one of the portable chargers. I did tell Sue and that other dude where I am, so if they can find one, they said they would bring it to me. Yeah, oh yeah, they're definitely, we should have the ability to walk up. There's supposed to be mics on the floor. We can walk up to them, you know, nice and civilized and organized and take our turns. And, you know, everybody has a chance, is supposed to have a chance to make a motion if they feel the need to. The way that it's been working is people run up to the stage and request the mic, and they either give you the mic or they don't. And for all the stuff that the Bernie supporters were trying to get done during the whole voice vote fiasco, they just wouldn't give anybody a mic.
I guess I'm only voting for these two.
That makes sense. I think I voted for them too.
Voice vote is literally where they say all in favor say yay. The people that want, you know, whatever it is to pass, whatever motion to pass, yell out yay. And then they say all opposed say nay. And the people that don't want it to pass say nay. And then they, based on who's louder, that's what passes. Unfortunately, with the new rules, the chairwoman is allowed to decide who was louder, and she can't be contested. She is the only one that can say whether she couldn't tell or not who was louder. And the only way to get a standing vote is if she says that it was too close to call, and she calls for a standing vote.
Hold that side out when you go up there.
Oh yeah, we were way loud.
And then hold the badge out like this, where they can stamp it or mark it, and then slide it in the box.
The entire campaign system is messed up. Everything about it is messed up. Yeah, she has voted herself the power to... Oh, it went to avoid... That's part of the whole rules thing. Instead of doing the Roberts rules, where everyone is allowed to literally just raise their hand and make a motion, it goes to the chairperson to call a voice vote for everything, and then she decides who wins. Whoa, I can't even read that fast, you guys. Oh, she is Roberta Lange, or Lange, I'm not really sure how to say her last name. It's RLANGE9 on Twitter. Okay, I'm actually getting a charge. Yeah, there it is, RLANGE9. And yes, they did rush the stage, and they called in security, and several people, the security put their hands on them and said that they were going to throw them out if they didn't back off. In fact, if you're watching the Team Bernie NB hashtag, there's at least one person that I know of who documented the fact that that security was basically touching her, which they're not allowed to do. Drop this. Oh my god.
Did anybody get mad?
No, I'm not. She was screamer, you guys. Ask Angel. She
did. I would just been like, I was in the back row.
I got confused. I was in the back row.
Yeah, exactly. These are antiquated rules. This is not the way things are supposed to be done anymore.
You can now go to row 8.
But nobody trusts technology, and I get that because theoretically anything can be hacked. But if we're not going to embrace the ability to uproot this system and fix it and make it actually work for the way that our society works nowadays, we're never going to get anywhere. We're going to be stuck in these dark ages, and everyone's going to get frustrated, and it's going to lead to people not wanting to participate anymore.
I don't know any of these other people.
I did not find a portable charger. I'm currently plugged into an outlet that is 2 feet underneath the floor, which is why I have to show you this view. If I switch over to the other view, I'm literally going to have you guys looking at the back of somebody's chair. I don't know anyone else here. I can ask, I guess. Is it I'd have to leave you guys sitting here staring at the floor?
How come Angela's not here?
She wasn't able to go to the original one. We had that babysitter. She just really Jackson was one on first.
Everybody else.
It's true.
The delegate count right now is 8 for Clark County. That's as much as I know. As far as the delegates for Bernie versus for Hillary here at the convention, the last result was 1693 for Hillary and 1662 for Bernie. There were 2 undecideds, and when we're finished with the delegate elections for national, they're supposed to have an amended count, at which point I can pretty much guarantee we're going to be asking for a recount, and it's a matter of whether the chairperson will give anyone the mic to put the motion in for a recount. And I would just like to point out that at the previous convention, the Hillary people called for no less than 3 recounts, and they did. 3, they got shut down because there were enough Bernie supporters to put down the motion. But they just kept making recount motion after recount motion, stalling as long as they could. We may have to try to do the same here if we can even get our motions heard. About the delegates not being seated earlier, what was going on is there was a really terrible parking situation. The Paris only sectioned off a certain number of levels of their parking garage for the convention. They expected a maximum of 4,500 people here, and they only had, I believe, 2 or 3 levels of their parking garage available. And when everybody made it up to the top level, which was the only place that had any space left, their security sent everybody away and told them to go next door to Bally's. At Bally's, they only had, I think, 2 sections that had any spaces left, and by the time I walked out of there, those spaces were pretty much all gone, and that was about 10 minutes to 9. Everybody that needed to be here, to be admitted, had to be here by 10. So if they couldn't find space in Paris after driving all through the Paris parking lots, there were no signs, and there was nobody saying, hey, we're full. They ended up going to Bally's. When they went to Bally's, they found that it was full after driving through it. They got shuttled over to whatever was next, I don't even know, and eventually found parking, blocks away, had to walk over here. By the time they got here, it was after 10 o'clock, and they were not allowed in. At one point, somebody told me there were something like 50 to 75 people outside the doors that were not being allowed in, that were just staying there trying to find a way to get in. The 9:30 was just a preliminary count. There was a vote to accept that count. There was a lot of confusion because people thought that was going to be the final count for delegates. Really, that was just people getting upset for no particularly good reason. I completely understand why they were getting upset, but that was just a misunderstanding of the process more than anything else. it was literally just the credentials committee saying, hey, at this point, it's 9:30. We have this many people so far. We're going to do another count later once we have the final results. And everybody flipped their shit. Yeah, we can't rush the stage again because they have security out, and the people that they're not going to let us do that again. They'll actually escort people out, and then we will lose those people if they do a recount. We need to have somebody that can go up there and will actually be allowed to take the mic without what's her name? Without Roberta shutting them down. No, Angel, I'm good, thanks. You might want to get some barbecue chips. Actually, I don't know if anybody else watching this is actually here, but if you are, since I'm kind of tied to this cord for right now, if you want to come to the back of the far left column of chairs, I'm on the right-hand side of the last row. If you want to come over here, I can tell you where to find Sue, who's one of the workers and one of the staffers for Bernie. She is trying to find out where their supervisor is, and the supervisor can tell us whether or not we can do that vote of no confidence. I can block. Why? Sorry, I'm not reading everything that's coming through here. Why would I block this person?
They are. They are.
Oh my god. That was the year I was born, by the way. Who is it? Emmanuel or something? Oh, I just got a text, by the way, from, I don't know who this is, but somebody basically announcing not to leave at all. So they're getting the word out, making sure that none of the Bernie supporters leave. Oh yeah, please behave. I'm pretty sure. I know I can block people. Pretty sure I can block people. So empower. If anybody else complains, I have to get rid of it.
From the back. And again, if your line is long, you may go to. If you're in the back and the line is long, you may come to the front.
Credentials. So you matter like for the next 4 hours you matter.
I can see most of the comments, but they're flying by fairly quickly, and they disappear just as quickly. My background, I'm a project manager at a sign making company. I went to USC for a year, and then did community college after that. Ended up going to the Art Institute, and I reached the point where I was paying $1,500 per class, and the teachers were coming to me to help the other students figure out how to do stuff because the teachers didn't know how to do it. I finally gave up and decided I was wasting my money. So I don't know if anybody said, is anybody watching this actually here? No, not from a sign making. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm just hearing, the murmuring in the crowd. I can't really make out what anybody's saying. Nobody's really talking around me. You do have to be a delegate in order to make a motion. But at this point, everyone here is a delegate.
Well, they aren't going to do any other votes with everybody in different rooms.
Way to go, Jim. Yeah, can you guys check to see if there's anybody else periscoping here?
There's one more ballot to fill out here, and then we got the vote in the county, the CD rooms. All the districts have their own rooms.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear what he's saying. What's up next is we're waiting for all the different districts to finish their votes, and then we're all going to reconvene, and we should get what is considered the final count of delegates for this convention. That's the problem. We all went up as delegates before, and no one was given the mic. The chairperson refused to pass it and called in security, and now security is watching the stage. We can't just rush it and take it, though. Literally, there are security people. There's Nevada PD, Metro in the room now. Yeah, one way or another, I guarantee that somebody's going to call in a motion for a recount. The really difficult part here is whether the chairperson is even going to allow the motion. And that's why the rules are so fucked up, because she shouldn't even have the ability to not allow it. She should not be able to deny any motion on the floor. It has to go to a vote. That's why we want the Robert's rules, not these amended ones where she can just kind of make things up as she goes.
You can't. I won't tell anybody. Most people will tell you to stay, but honestly, I don't think it matters.
ADA, he has a box of media with you in a moment.
After you
no, I am a delegate. That's not the reason. The reason is because she won't give us the mic. We need to find somebody who can get up there that she'll actually give the mic to. I came in as an alternate, but the alternates have all been seated as delegates now because not enough delegates showed up.
They still don't make sense.
You're in row 11, you should be voting. If you're in row 12, you can vote.
For those of you guys that are saying who can and cannot go up and make a motion, go to nvdems.org and try to see if you can find the rules, because the problem is they changed the rules. These are not standard rules anymore. So the chairperson is basically saying who can and cannot have the floor, regardless of whether the rules normally would allow that to happen. nvdems.org does have the current rules. I downloaded them this morning. I've got them on my phone as a PDF. Well, that was until my phone reset itself. Yeah, I don't know who to call. Unfortunately, I'm new enough to this that I really don't know the chain of command out here. That's why I was talking to Sue and that other guy earlier. They're supposed to be finding their supervisor and hopefully sending them somebody over to me to talk about it if they're not already trying to handle it. With 24%, I can probably have enough power to walk over there and see what they said, but I might die on the way back. I mean, my tablet might die on the way back.
Paper ballot.
No, you cannot bring in your own loudspeaker. You cannot bring in bullhorn or anything like that. And basically, anything that's considered a noisemaker will get you kicked out of the convention. Yeah, agreed. Somebody needs to get the floor, and that's actually why that Dan Roll guy comes to mind, because he managed to take the mic at the previous convention. They kicked him off the stage. Everyone cheered and chanted to get him back up, and they finally relented and let him back up. But that was not this chairperson, and that was before the rules were changed.
Okay, we're on lucky 13. Row 13.
I'm live streaming, and they want to know if you guys have an opinion about what's going on. You guys He's tired.
I want a nap.
You guys want to say anything to them?
Bullshit.
Apparently there are 2,000 people around the world watching right now.
Nice. A lot of people.
Yeah. Periscope today so that one guy could watch what was going on.
Nice. Stand in line.
Kind of snowballed a little bit. Okay, 2,300.
There is still more business to conduct today. There is still more voting to happen today.
They would all like you to know that they say hi. Nina Turner was here. I don't believe she's here anymore. Yeah, that would be awesome if she could actually.
Okay, let's go to row 14. 14.
At 25%. I don't have enough to go walking around yet.
Row 14.
Tell you what, at Nina Turner is her Twitter. If you guys want to hop on Twitter, just blast it. See if she's still here. See if she would go up and do a vote of no confidence, or vote for a recount when it comes up. I can't imagine that they'd shut her down. I'm in the very, very back row on the left-hand side.
No joke.
My screen brightness is as low as it will get. I can barely see what you're saying. That's part of why I'm not able to read everything, because they start fading. I can't do it. Yeah, at Nina Turner. That's all it is. Getting a ton of notifications from Twitter right now. Holy shit, I have 70 notifications right now.
Did I see the new one come out and say, I need that new iPhone? I usually get mine. Probably when I move up.
Alright. I'm getting requests to see stuff because people can't get into Periscope, so I'm going. I got a little bit of power on my phone.
But I don't think my
Try and start that up so I can share with the folks who can't see from here.
Are you going to be sitting here for a little bit?
Yeah,
Would you mind watching my stuff?
that's no problem.
Apparently there's pizza.
Okay, let's go row 15. Row 15.
Oh, okay. No problem.
If you happen to see any of the Bernie staffers that are free, could you send one of them over here?
Sure. Do they know your name, or should I tell them?
Sue does, but that's about it.
Okay.
And she's probably still sitting over there.
Okay, good.
Oops, what did I do? Oh. Okay, alright, 92. Oh my god.
Corey, if you can hear me, I need you to put out a question. Corey.
How are you going? I think I should just stay for it to be at a better place.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Little veins on the roof. Were you there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that other name?
Some good stuff came out.
It was
I just found
before
a
you did it.
Facebook post that was basically saying
1 year.
so these different either.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he posted
I was thinking about it.
That's
You're right.
close to the stage as
My wife graduated.
guess. Right.
Yeah, but they invited everybody.
Yeah.
Oh
No, I
crap,
probably
and I
would've
forgot to.
known.
Really? I get more people in our class.
Bernie, Nevada.
People walking up to me that I didn't know knew me.
Alright,
I think they were like Facebook
I
stuff.
hope. Alright, I'm going to send a tweet, which is a really terrible picture of the stage that you really can't even see anything because I'm completely in the back. But I hope that's at least something for the people that were requesting it. Remove chair. Oh, yeah. Phone sprung. crazy. You people can be too popular. I can't take it. Alright, so the woman that was sitting next to me, she got up. Sounds like the pizza is here. Thank you guys so much for sending it. She's going to get some right now. I also asked her if she sees any Bernie staffers that can help out, to please send one of them over here so I can talk to them. We're going to, I don't know, try and get a hold of their supervisor or something.
So if you're in rows 1 through 15, you should have already voted. If not, get up and vote now. And we're on 16.
Full of baloney, it may happen. We're all at the Paris right now. They're calling out row numbers because we're still finishing the paper ballot vote for the delegates going to national, and we're sending people to the tables row by row to avoid a mass of thousands of people all in front of the table. No, the Venetian is not offering free drinks here. We're not spending money on their slot machines or anything. Yes, we can put in a vote to remove the chair, but only if we can get a hold of the mic, and
we are on row 16.
The only way we're going to get a hold of the mic is if they give us the floor when we walk up, and so far the chairperson has refused to give us the floor. The person on the mic right now is the Sergeant of Arms. I forget his name. He was the one who was running the previous convention, and he was terrible. Which booing are you referring to? Because there's been a lot on both sides. Oh, good. I really would like to know if Nina is still here. Well, I mean, basically anything that was positive for Bernie's side, Hillary's side booed. Anything that was positive for Hillary's side, Bernie's side booed. There was definitely lots of booing for the voting process, or kind of lack thereof. That kind of sums up most of the booing, but there was a lot of that. That went on for kind of a long time. Oh, sorry about your husband. He was okay. Oh, yeah. The Bernie supporters booed Barbara because she said that she was supporting Hillary Clinton. And I think that's mostly because it's the women's vote thing. I don't know. Based on what I know about Barbara Boxers, I used to live in California. She didn't really support a lot of what Hillary supported in the past. They didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, which was kind of surprising to me initially. But then to have her come out here and be in full support for Hillary, she says she's friends with Bernie, and naturally people booed. At the moment that Barbara said anything about supporting Hillary, she started saying that a boo for her was a boo for Bernie, and that if we were going to boo her, we may as well just get the fuck out of the room. And that, of course, would mean that all of our votes would count if we left, and it would be a handout to Hillary. I've been made aware of their connection. I didn't know that prior to today. Everybody stormed the stage when it was very, very clear that the rules were passed despite the fact that 2/3 of the room had voted nay to not pass the rules. It was clear that the chairperson was biased and that she was voting based on her own personal opinion rather than what she was literally hearing and seeing in the room. Anybody that stood up could see the number of people waving the burning banners, screaming nay to pass the adoption of the rules at the time. You could easily see, just looking, not even listening, you could easily see that there were more people saying nay than there were saying yay. So at that point, everyone, well, not everyone, but a considerable number of people, the delegates up front, basically surrounded the stage and were yelling and booing and essentially just screaming for her to redo the vote. And from what I learned later, not only were they doing that, but they were doing what I had apparently asked some people to do, and that's to basically say that it was at the very least too close to call on the voice vote, and switch to, according to what the rules require, switch to a vote of standing decision, where everybody basically separates. They split the room, and they can just do a head count of everybody on this side is for Bernie, or everybody on this side is a nay, everybody on this side is a yay, and then it's just down to math at that point, and you can't dispute that.
Tired of sitting?
Yeah.
I'm tired of standing. This just looks weird. This doesn't make any sense. They could have done it a lot better.
I don't know anything about somebody getting hit. I do know that there were 2 medical emergencies that were called out at the beginning. I don't know what they were for. But the chairwoman basically asked everyone to sit down and be quiet because there was a medical emergency up front. From where I was sitting, I couldn't see anything that was happening, so I don't really understand the nature of the emergency other than it was medical.
Okay, 17, row 17.
I have an ambulance set up to retire 48.
Or I should say the next row back.
Yeah, I agree. The chanting to remove her is not going to be any good until we have a motion on the floor. What we need to do is get a motion on the floor first and then vote for it. The problem is the chairwoman is the one who calls the results of the vote. So at that point, chanting would basically be a semi-democratic way of saying that it's a vote of no confidence in her, so she should not be allowed to decide the vote. Yeah, I don't know how. I suppose we can get a petition written up. They've got other petitions going on. I would have to get one of the staffers to write something up and get the staff people coming around and doing that. God, what are we at? 3,400 people, so 20% of that is about 700-ish people. That's a lot of paper. Yeah, we'd have to find out if we can get the staffers to go around and get about 700 signatures in a very short time. Like I said, the woman that was sitting next to me, I asked her if she could get a staffer to come over to me while I'm still charging the tablet, so I don't lose you guys. Honestly, I think if Nina could get out here, if she was still here, she would be our best bet by far to get a hold of that mic and put a motion in.
They don't do those kind of events over at page.
What's on page 4 of the rules? I missed it. It faded out too quickly.
They do shows where like there's a bunch of booths set up. Or jacuzzi.
Row 18. And again, if you're in line to vote, and the line up here is shorter, you may come up front to the back. Row 18.
But you know what? Nina would be able to escort somebody to the stage. And she's loud enough and respected enough that they would not, basically, they wouldn't push her off the stage unless they had some really, really big balls. And I understand that the chairwoman has a lot of power here in Nevada, so she might try to do that. But at least the show of force would be enough to bring attention to what we're trying to do, and eventually we would probably be able to sway them to force the motion to be taken to the floor. Hey, you're welcome, Germany. I love your country. It's really beautiful. I want to go back. I need to be Nina. I do not carry enough. I may have 2,700 people following me right now, but that's not enough for them to recognize me, to allow me on the stage. Sorry, I keep covering the screen. I'm trying to check my percentage here. 30%. I need to get to about 45% before I can unplug and move around, otherwise it'll die before I get back to the power plug. The hidden mics, I have no idea. And the problem we're running into right now is the staffers are trying to help out with delegate ballots, so they're all busy. We did the initial 1 hour realignments, and we went from 4 undecided to 2 undecided. They did not give any other numbers as far as where those 2 went. And they were basically saying there was going to be another half-hour realignment, but instead of doing that, they went to the delegates, the national delegate elections in separate rooms for each individual district. And we're just waiting for that to finish, and they said when they get back from all of that, they expect to have the last 2 delegates realign to whatever they decide, and then we'll be able to get a final count. And like I've been saying this whole time, I can almost guarantee whatever the count is, someone's going to ask for a recount from either side, no matter who's winning. Sorry guys,
Row 19.
I'm trying to speak towards the mic. Honestly, the room's not nearly as noisy as it was before. I tried using my headset, but it connects to the tablet, but I guess you guys can't hear me through the headset for some reason.
Row 19. And while we're at it, row 20. Raise your hand if you have not, if your row has not voted.
I have no way of knowing how many people are left at this point. It's too hard to tell with everybody milling around. Again, at the beginning of this, it was really easy to tell who was who because everyone held up their sign. They either had a voting sign or a Hillary sign, and they would stand up and make sure they were heard and seen, and it was very clear how many people were here. At this point, I have no clue. It just looks like a huge room full of people that are just sitting around or walking around trying to figure out what's going on. It is extremely disorganized, and 2,888 people, that's almost as many people as who are here. I definitely feel cheated. I think that the caucus was horribly, horribly disorganized. There was a lot of misinformation being passed around. I unfortunately know that on both sides, people were passing disinformation to the other side, which is not acceptable. And, you know, I expect outliers like that in any kind of heated debate of this sort. But it seemed like at least on one side, it seemed like it was significantly more than what would be expected by your typical outliers, or you might even call them zealots. So the caucuses were terrible. The first convention was it was a travesty. It was thousands upon thousands of people wandering around, not knowing what to do. People announcing that, okay, this is what's going to happen next, and everybody rushing to go do that thing, only to then have people come in and say, wait a minute, that's not how this procedure goes. It's completely wrong. Please come back. And then everyone going back and forth for literally hours trying to figure out who's correct. And then everything basically stopping and being redone again once they figured out. I've already voted. My vote's in. Nothing's going to change my vote. So yeah, that was the convention. Thankfully, we had a lot of support on the Bernie side. We had the pizza and the drinks and the snacks and everything that came in, so that people were able to stick around. We had lots of good staffers that were making sure that people didn't leave despite the confusion. Even if they were confused as to what was going on, they made sure everyone understood not to walk out of there until the gavel went down and they said that the convention was closed. Because of that, we were able to soundly put down all the requests for a recount, because we clearly had more people there, and it was a simple voice vote, and that was where the voice vote worked, because the Bernie people were all very clearly louder than the Hillary people. There was no question, and despite being a condescending asshole, the Sergeant at Arms did in fact take the votes as they were, and he didn't change them. Now, in this new system of rules at this particular convention, the chairperson has voted.
Again, if you have not voted, you may get up and vote.
The chairperson has voted in rules where she basically gets to do whatever she wants, and it's cheating everyone on both sides. Unfortunately for the Bernie side, it means that since she seems to be supporting Hillary, she's voting in favor of them. Which is odd, because she says that she's a staunch Bernie supporter. I haven't been able to do any research because I didn't really know who she was prior to today. And, she said it multiple times that she's a staunch Bernie supporter prior to all of this, but her actions seem to indicate that she is definitely a supporter for Hillary, because I can't think of any other reason that she would vote to adopt rules when the majority of people in the room voted nay to adopt the rules. Her name is Roberta Lange, Lange. Her Twitter name handle is rlange9, just number 9. I don't know how many delegates were missing. I don't know what the delegate count was supposed to be based on the previous convention. There is supposed to be a list somewhere. It was broadcast, it was projected onto a screen at the end of the last convention, and I don't know what the count was, but that was basically how everybody found out whether they were an alternate or if they were a delegate for the state convention. So those lists must exist somewhere. I think legally they're supposed to be on the page because it's supposed to be public knowledge, except for the fact that you're not supposed to have the full names of people on it. You're just supposed to have the number of people. If one of you guys want to look that up, that'd be great. I don't really know how many people were supposed to be here based on that. But the number of people that were here based on the preliminary count was something like 1,300 for Hillary and 1,100 for Bernie, and that was around that was at the 9:30 count, and that was when we started That was initially when all the booing and the complaining and the yelling started, because the credentials committee was trying to vote in that count as the preliminary, which wasn't a big deal. It's just a preliminary count. It's basically saying, hey, this is a status check. But people misunderstood and thought that that was the final numbers, that they were trying to vote that in as the final numbers prior to 10 o'clock, which would have been completely against the rules. Now, at that time, that's when people were bringing up that we need to give people extra time because of the parking situation, since people were having to park blocks away and walk here, having expected to be able to get here at 10:09 or so and still make it with plenty of time. Because of that long walk and all the confusion and the going to multiple locations trying to find parking, they ended up missing the deadline of 10 o'clock in order to get in here before they closed the door.
Mark on the back if you have not voted.
It's actually a guy. That's the sergeant of arms. He was the one who ran the county convention. He's basically just letting everybody know that at this point we should be done with the voting. They need to check their delegate cards. It should have a check number.
3 minutes. If you have not voted, you need to be in line.
And if they don't have a check on the back of their delegate card, that means they have 3 minutes to get their vote in and get that check in order to be counted. Otherwise, their vote will not be counted for the delegates that are going to represent them at the National Convention. Yeah, 3 minutes. I don't even know how long we've been doing this at this point. It's so hard to keep track of time here. Nina would be helpful, I believe, because she has enough clout here that even though she's not a Nevada representative, she could get somebody up there and basically force the chairperson to allow us to put in the motion and get it on the floor for a vote. And that vote would basically be a no confidence vote in the chairperson herself.
But I needed a year of my time and money. I don't really have a choice.
If you have not voted, you need to vote. If you are an ACA person here today and you still have a ballot voted, raise your hand.
There's a gentleman named Dan Roll who doesn't really have any sway with the people up on stage, but he has where's my cap? He has history with rushing the mic and getting a hold of getting a hold of the mic and the floor. But that was also because they refused to allow him to speak at the last convention. He is up for nomination, and since they didn't give him any time, he went up and rushed the mic and said who he was, what he was running for. They kicked him off the stage, and everyone just erupted and started chanting to have him get his time to speak like anybody else. So he has the experience with rushing the stage. I don't know if that'll work this time, though, because of the way that everyone rushed the stage before. Now they've got security up, and they've changed the rules. I don't know. I saw him earlier, and I haven't seen him in a while.
I tried to find someone for you, but everyone is very focused on the peace situation right now.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
You're welcome.
Have you seen that Dan Roll guy walking around at all lately?
Not.
I saw him earlier, but he kind of stands out a bit. Yeah, I still can't find him. I'm sure he has Twitter. I would imagine it's Danrolle, Danrolle. See Jason battery. Did you just start a GoFundMe to buy me a battery? Oh my god, if I give my email out, what are you guys going to do with it?
People think I'm reading like little Bible or something.
You know, I had a portable battery. It's sitting in my desk at work. I completely forgot to charge it before I came out here. I intended to do that, and everything was such a rush. I didn't have enough time to go back and grab it. Send me the low letters. You guys are crazy. Tell you what, if Angel is still watching, she can put my email address up.
So much money. Man, when I got this, I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's so small.
Yeah, I'm plugged in right now. I just need a...
Once your table has been done, bring all of the unused
I need a portable one so I can walk around while I'm charging.
Stuff the box.
It's just really flat sparkling water, guys. Alright, hold on. Switching to Twitter, so I can DMs. It's really hard to do with my laptop. Burn?
They decided we don't need security.
Is that right? At Open Burn? Yeah. I cannot message that account. Did I get it wrong?
We have all the teller's boxes and unused ballots up.
You're welcome. And that goes for everybody. I can't, it won't let me DM you. I don't know why it won't let me DM. Yeah, we don't want to rush the stage because they will actually kick us out. They've got Metro in here. Did you send me any kind of messages anywhere? Do me a favor and try and DM me. say we tried calmly walking up to the stage. It was a lot of people running up there and kind of yelling. You know, it's never too late. It's entirely possible. I realize the odds are stacked against us. It's not like it's going to take a miracle, but it's going to take some work, and we got to get the right people on it. And right now, that's the struggle, is finding the right people that are able to make it happen. 37%, guys. Not quite there yet. Believe me, guys, at no point did I say this was fair. Okay, John, I think you're going a little overboard there. Really? You know what? That happened at the previous convention too. The news started reporting numbers before we even had them. Or at least people were saying that that's what happened. You get the floor by approaching the stage and asking to...
Okay, can I have your attention, please?
Yes?
Propose a motion.
We have a special guest here today that has been to the other two voting rooms and now wants to address the Clark room. He is a special guest from the District of Columbia. His name is Paul Strauss. He is a senator from the District of Columbia, and he wants to talk to you about a very important matter. Please give it up for Senator Paul Strauss.
What do you guys know about Paul Strauss?
Thank you very much, Clark County. It's my privilege to be here. I am Paul Strauss, the elected United States Senator from the District of Columbia. Thank you.
That's as far as I can go, guys.
I have had the privilege of speaking to...
They're not putting him on the big screen, so...
But I gotta tell you, there's nothing like being in Vegas
there he is.
playing the big room. One of the interesting things about the District of Columbia is that it serves as the capital of the United States of America. And I'm privileged and honored that D.C. residents were able to vote for me and chose to vote for me to be their United States Senator. But when I go to the Capitol building on their behalf, even though American citizens have voted for me, I'm not allowed to cast a vote on their behalf when I go to the Congress. And neither is our delegate to the House of Representatives. We have taxation without representation continuing here in the District of Columbia. One of the things that is so great about your state convention is that you have adopted or will adopt a progressive platform that includes a plank that is supporting full D.C. statehood.
You guys, to get this angle, I can't read what you're saying.
On behalf of the 700,000 American citizens that I represent, we are so grateful to have your support. We are grateful to have the support of President Barack Obama, who supports D.C. statehood. We are grateful to have your esteemed Senator, our party's leader, Harry Reid, as a sponsor of the D.C. statehood bill. We are grateful that our statehood bill
I take it you guys looked him up.
All the U.S. presidents.
You're welcome.
Well, in the case of Puerto Rico, they have to vote for that.
They do.
They always vote against it.
Not to be conceited, but it's a really... Oh, was it? I figure out where the mic is. Oh, I think I see the mic.
Emergency right over here. If we could get medical emergency right over here. Thank you.
Okay, you tell me. Is this muted? Can you hear anything now? Yep, okay. I know where the mic is now. Okay, I get it. Sorry. For those of you who weren't here before, I actually just got this tablet 3 days ago. So, oh, you can hear my pulse. That's great. So yeah, I'm still learning all the bits and parts. I don't know. I can't see from here. It seems like all the medical emergencies always happen in the front rows. So there have been 3 of them now today. So I don't know exactly what's happening. And excuse me, I need to eat. Behind me? Behind me is the ceiling.
I'm told a lady in an orange shirt lost these glasses. If you have lost your glasses, they are up here on the podium.
It's 5:45 here. For those of you in other countries, what is that? 17:44. Right now we're still waiting to finish with the delegate votes. All of the votes are supposed to be in. They're tallying them right now. Don't worry, we're not leaving. Well, when you have 30, what did I say it was?
I'll just hand you my ballot.
3,700 or 3,600? Oh yeah, 3,400 people here, all with handwritten ballots. Probably takes a minute or 2. I don't feel famous. Interestingly enough, while we were doing the pre-registration yesterday, they did hand out paperwork that said to bring pillows or some sort of comfort item. I didn't bring one, but all I need is a chair, which I finally got, so I'm okay.
We were online together. Oh, fair enough.
Which petitions? The petitions that have been going around were for changing the rules, which they did not take. They did allow for motion, but we've been over this. The chairperson voted the way she wanted on this. No, I don't have copies of anything. Yeah, somebody brought up the fact that UNLV is having its graduation ceremonies today or something like that. So there's a lot of millennials that can't be here because they're, busy graduating college. out from Roberta Lange. Yeah, that's the problem. The chair is the one that's refusing. She voted in rules that allow her to basically refuse what she wants. The 9:30 voting, that was just a vote to accept the preliminary numbers based on what they had tallied at 9:30. It really was just a procedural thing, a status check. Voting it in didn't need to happen one way or the other. It was just a way of following procedures so that they could write down the numbers they had at that point. So not having everyone in here by 10 o'clock by the cutoff, it's kind of a moot point because those numbers really didn't matter at that point anyway. From what I understand, the people that were late due to parking were not allowed in. Prior to today, at the caucusing and at the previous convention, there was a lot of misinformation, especially at the previous convention. I know when I was at the caucusing, there was a lot of confusion as to who was supposed to go where, whether you had to be registered as a Democrat or you could be registered as independent or something else. The truth eventually was brought forth. But then when we got into it, and for my specific precinct, there were rules that were supposed to be followed and they simply weren't. For example, there was one undecided person and the rules stated that we had to elect one person to speak for each candidate to try and sway the undecided person one way or the other. Each person had 2 minutes to do so. One of the gentlemen that was actually running the room, he spoke for about five or 6 minutes about Hillary, and by the time he was done, we were not allowed to elect anyone on our side. We were told we had 2 minutes to convince him, and so everyone just started speaking up at once, and the guy thought we were all crazy and decided to realign to Hillary. So that's just one example of misinformation. Another one today was while we were out there, we were told to go to the registration room to get our delegate badges after the alternates were supposed to be seated as delegates. And then a Hillary supporter came in, walked up to the line with all the Bernie supporters and basically told everybody, don't wait this line, they're calling you all back inside. They're going to do a vote first.
Nobody wants to get it.
I don't know. I know that two of the four undecided people did realign during the 1 hour realignment, but I don't know who they aligned to. Yeah, I think there was a video of a woman who was upset about the whole voting thing. She apparently agreed that the Hillary side did not win that vote and that the rule should not have been adopted. Alright guys, I'm at like 43%. I'm going to risk it and see if I can go find Sue, see if she figured out where their supervisor is, and see if anything's happening about the vote of no confidence. So, follow me. Okay, if I can get my stuff put away here, hold on. I'm going to assume that it's safe if I leave my plug here since you plugged into it.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Sure.
Alright. Switch over so you can see what's going on here. This is what a bunch of exhausted delegates look like. Let's go see if we can find Sue. A lot of people brought their kids, and they're very cute. I think I was just covering up the mic. In case you didn't hear, I was saying that a lot of people have brought their kids, and they're actually behaving themselves, and that is great.
Hold the process up whatever you want. We're just going to keep going.
There's some of that burning stuff. There's a view of the stage. I don't see the security from this angle. Last I saw, there were a bunch of Metro Police standing in the corners. But again, I can't really see through the crowd. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Because earlier this morning, we set up a microphone on this side of the room for the Sanders people, and that side of the room for the Clinton people, to be fair. And apparently, the microphone on the Clinton side is missing. It is a $1,700 microphone.
My wedding.
So, how much work should all be put into getting this signature on the petition? Just put in the 48
I'm sure Hillary can afford to pay to replace it if her people took it. Yeah, you all told me to take the mic, so I went and stole the mic, right?
To our station over there. Thank you.
And finally, again, so that we get it. Hi again.
I got up to 42%, I believe. 42%? Having people stare at my face.
Okay, I have now been told that both microphones have been missing. If you have them, please take them over there.
Excuse me, that is incorrect. We took the burning microphone from its stand in fear that it may be taken. So it's just the microphone that was in the Hillary position.
So is that what Roberto was talking about when he said take the microphone?
But I'm watching what you're doing. How's it going?
Well, good. I'm glad other people are doing stuff. I guess a lot of people thought that I was the only one. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, fantastic. And apparently somebody is reporting the numbers in the news saying that Hillary already won. Well, apparently. Sorry guys, it's really hard to hold this up so you can see what's going on while I talk to people.
Countries have been laughing their ass off to do that one.
No. I don't doubt it.
You're like, this started at 9:30, other countries are laughing at it.
She came out in pockets. She got in line. I went back where they got the line.
You're on, what is it?
We didn't get into our Periscope. We didn't get out of our
Were you able to find your supervisor at all?
I have not seen it.
Sorry, I'm rather... I do.
I'm good with that.
Sorry, I'm rather attached to them. It's alright. Everybody gets half the battle.
See you guys. Don't leave.
By the way, that's Sue. She's a little camera shy. Chant with them, guys. I think there's news coming in. Hold on.
I'll do my best. So for the election district level delegates,
Broke out counties.
CD1, please go to Concord B. CD2, please go to Concord A. To CD3, you get to stay here in the parish ballroom. And CD4, Concord C. Everybody got that?
Guys, I'm CD4. That means I have to go to Concord C for whatever this is.
Because CD3.
Oh, okay. It's for the individual districts.
Level election will explain to you the process. It's similar to what I described to you earlier. But, and then after the election of district level delegates, we will come back here for dealing with the pledged delegates and the SR.
Okay, honestly, I am a little confused as to why we're doing this. Because I thought we just did that, but I realized that was based on county. Now we're doing individual districts within the county. And I don't know why we need to break it up that way. So I thought that was already all decided.
Now we'll give the Credentials Committee report, and as soon as the report is given, we'll retire to the election for district level delegates.
Just so you know, for you guys that are saying they're trying to divide and conquer, it's the DNC that's having us split up, and they're having Hillary and Bernie people split up based on the county they live in, so or the district they live in. So I don't exactly know how that would help one side over the other here.
CD4 is Concord C. Now I would like the chairs of the Credentials Committee to give you one.
No, we're not leaving. We're just going to another room to do votes for our district and then come back here and continue with the convention. Hold on, this is the big deal.
Our final Credentials Committee report. 1,695 delegates for Hillary Clinton. 1,662 delegates for Senator.
Now you tell me, does that look like more than half the room?
Okay, hold, please. For our pledged leaders and elected officials allotment, they are as follows. 3 positions for Hillary Clinton, 2 positions for Bernie Sanders. Our at-large allotments. 4 Hillary Clinton, 3 Bernie Sanders. Madam Chair, that is our final Credentials report. Madam Chair, I offer. I have a minority report which I wish to give, and I've just been told that it can't be given. If you're interested in it, see me.
Read the report! Let her read! Let her speak! 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 This is exactly what happened with Dan Roll. This is clear bias.
There is no option for Ms. Leslie Sexton to give a report. Relax. However, as the DNC committeeman, I am allowed to give a report.
Where's that going?
Let's make a motion for a recount.
Give me a second.
Have to make a
Hold
motion.
on.
As my report, I am deferring to Leslie Sexton to read the report. Can we please take our seats?
What everybody else to say?
You won. Go ahead and sit down. You won.
Is that what we want to talk? Read it to you.
Holler to the people.
We gotta sit for now so that she can make her report.
Reconciliation, please. I ask of you, I beg of you, please, let me speak. Please. To be here for my report, please be quiet and don't leave. The Credentials Minority Report. Please. Stop it! Sit down! The DNC representative has graciously allowed me to read this.
I have an emergency in the front, right over here. Emergency in the front.
The Credentials Minority Report is based on the challenge of 60, and please let me finish without, so you hear the whole thing, okay? Please. The Credentials Minority Report is based on the challenge of 64 Sanders delegates. Contrary to the procedures and precedents set by the committee, nearly none of these 64 people were presented with the opportunity to be heard by the committee or to demonstrate that they are registered Democrats. We, the undersignees, as duly elected credentials, I should say duly appointed credentials committee members, submit a minority report that challenges the decision of the committee. Without an opportunity to be heard, no delegate should be stricken. The action of the Credentials Committee violates the spirit of the Nevada State Delegate Plan, which encourages full participation in the democratic process. And it violates the spirit and values of our state and our nation. Thank you.
Spread this, you guys.
As I mentioned, I am a DNC committeeman. I gave my report. I deferred it to Ms. Leslie Sexton to read her report. I happen to also be on the resolutions committee for the DNC, so I will make sure that we submit this to the DNC so they're aware of this and we can move forward. Thank you.
This is
should motion for no confidence in the chair.
That's what I think. The chair is a cross! The chair is a cross!
We have a motion on the floor!
No, they don't take floor motions. Because they're lying, cheating, corrupt motherfuckers. Which means they don't have to follow any rules.
Yeah, she makes her own rules. She makes her own rules so she can't be taken down.
Basically, there were 16
How does it feel to act like Republicans? You're Republicans! You are Republicans!
I'd just like to point out, I don't know if you guys can hear everything that's going on. We are putting a motion for no confidence, and they're refusing to recognize our motion.
Showed up and said, here's the this is Hillary's fault.
We have to get to our districts.
Hillary doors that opened 2 days twice when they were registering. Everybody's complaining. They refused to close.
There's our petition.
The DNC is Go to your bluff.
They're not going to. They're not going to recognize our motion. This is our last chance to get people into the national convention. We got to go do that vote and come back and try again. I'm already down to 25%, guys. I have to go back and plug in, otherwise I'm going to lose you. Like I said, it gets emotional. Gave up on charging?
We're going to check it too. Are you with Ghostbusters?
Nah, I work with the city. Encore C. Encore C. Sorry, man. Go for it. Which one is this?
C is here, B is down there.
This is
A
C?
is out, I think, out the door.
Okay, great, thank you. Gotta find a plug. I think I found a plug.
No, Lucy is just... You're done with politics.
Until November. Sorry.
I've got a double. Do you mind working off mine? Thank you.
Okay, so as those are filing in from both ends, if you could move in your rows.
Okay, folks, we're plugged back in. Okay. No problem.
Yours is there. He had a double.
Oh.
We doubled up.
Okay, what are you guys asking about what difference it makes? Okay, alright, let's just start with a recap. We are now in the separate rooms that are being split up per district in our county. We've already done the votes for the delegates that are going to be representing the county. Now we're going to be doing the votes for the representatives in our individual districts. And I think the way this works is whoever we voted for and whoever won for the county now is going to be split down into the individual districts to vote for those people. So it's essentially voting for the same people a second time with a smaller list. But I'll find out for sure once I get a ballot. And sorry if the video is really shaky. I've got adrenaline just pouring through me right now. I can barely stay still. While there's still the possibility that we can get a motion in for a recount, it's not a really good chance, but there's a chance. By the rules, we are supposed to be able to do that. We will continue to try to do that. If that happens, then it just means that we get the delegates that we vote for, we get more of them. But we've got to get that recount first, and we can't do the recount until we're all allowed to go back and put in the motion.
You say I'm right, and I see you're perfectly right.
Well, the 64 delegates will count in the recount if they are allowed to come in. What I don't know is who those 64 delegates are, if they're already in the building, or if they were the ones that were denied access. The fact that they know about the 64 delegates, though, I would say indicates that they probably made it in, and they just weren't allowed to let their registration count. Probably because they got in after 10 o'clock, because of the whole parking situation. And once again, sorry guys, I'm plugged into the wall, so I'm really limited to what I can show you here. The hand votes are counted by the tellers. Those are the people that are standing at the boxes. I don't see the boxes from here, so I can't really show them to you. There's a table back there with some laptops on it. That might be them. So just to be clear, this is not the caucus. The caucus is what happened prior to both of the conventions. This is the actual convention. I guess it's technically part of the caucus process, actually. So, yeah, this is the crap we're dealing with. I've never even been on Reddit. Trying to make sure I'm not hitting anybody's phones. Thanks. In case it's not obvious, it's a little uncomfortable. If you mean key Sanders supporters, if you're talking about the staff, they are here. They're doing what they can, but they're limited. So, if you don't mind me asking, which side are you on?
Hillary.
I'm doing a live broadcast. Would you be willing to say what you think about what's going on?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, I don't have a lot of room to work with here. So this is going out to people around the world. Last count I saw, there are over 4,000 people watching right now.
Is that Periscope?
Yes. And they want to hear what everybody thinks.
Well, I'm a supporter of Hillary. I'm delighted that she won by a very close margin here today. I was happy to see that the Bernie Sanders people were a little better behaved than they were in the county election, where they sort of ran away with it because they were just so verbose and aggressive, which was a surprise to all the Hillary supporters that day. But we were all warned to be aware that this could happen and to be smart. So we were well behaved, and they sort of got reprimanded for misbehaving somewhat, but even if he had won, I'm voting blue no matter who, and as long as I can beat Trump, I'm good, and then I don't have to move to Canada.
How do you feel about the polls that have been going out recently showing that Hillary has a much slimmer margin above Trump than Bernie does?
It's scary. It's really scary, but I think like every day we're learning more and more horrible things about Trump. So like today, 3 things came out, him lying and him being his own spokesperson and then lying about it, and his taxes and none of your business and all that. I think that I'm hopeful that he'll lose some supporters because of the lying, and like every time something comes out, I get a little, I'm like, okay, maybe somebody else is gonna.
Every little bit chips away, right?
Yeah, hopefully, because it's really scary. To me, he's like Hitler.
It's terrifying.
It's really terrifying. And seriously, Canada, here I come, or maybe somewhere else, but I'd rather stay here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't really see.
I'm a Hillary. Okay. I'm David Wilson. I'm campaigning for national delegate.
Oh, okay.
On the platform of girl's name, Guy Parts. No. I won't give you the spiel. I'm a writer. I just published a book for parents and teachers of special needs children. So that's
actually, if you don't mind, I'm actually broadcasting right now. Do you mind? No. Do you mind being on camera?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Go for it.
Hi, I'm Dana Wilson. I'm campaigning for national delegate for CD4. Go to Philadelphia and represent Bernie Sanders. I'm 2 professions. I'm a writer. I just published a book for parents and teachers of special needs children. Also a self-publisher, and I'm also an IT project manager, but it's not something I love. I really love the writing and the publishing. So thank you for your support and voting for me.
All right, thank you. Oh, power. Oh, extended power.
Yes.
I am so okay with that.
I'm going to need the okay. Take it out. There.
Here, let's pass this movie. There we go.
We're all lit up. Thank you.
Slide through here. One of these. All right, we got a little bit of distance. Okay, so this is the what is this, Concourse C or Champagne Room C? Concourse C. So this is the separate room for the Congressional District 4 in Clark County.
This is where I have streaming on Periscope.
Yeah, Chip is like, this is my first time too. Well, in this room, it's not separated like the other one, so everybody's intermixed. I see you there? No, yeah, that actually is my feed.
That is your feed.
That's not me that posted it, but he retweeted my feed. Oh, guys, as far as the ratio, there's no way for me to tell in here. Unless everybody wants to hold their hands up with a sign that says who they're voting for, I couldn't tell you. Everybody's offering to buy us pizza. Anybody want some? Yes. Yeah, that's correct. The minority report is that 64 delegates were not allowed to basically be counted. I like that. Free the 64. Yeah, that would push it over. What was the count again? 1695 to 1662? Yeah, the count was 1695 to 1662, if I remember correctly. As far as why they weren't counted, they didn't specify. I want to say that it has to do with the showing up after 10 o'clock and all the complaints everybody's had about the parking situation and having to walk blocks to get here. I have no way to confirm that, so it's purely speculation at this point. That's exactly right. Doesn't matter who they were voting for, they should have had the opportunity to vote. What's happening right now is we're just waiting for everyone from the main room to get to their separate district rooms. so that we can do another election of delegates going to the national convention. Oh, that's lovely. The people that are in the other room are for District 3.